Welcome back to our channel. Michael, what is it that we're doing today?
So today we're gonna be doing the awaited Q&A. Bella put a story out on her Instagram, I think it was.
Yes, Instagram and Facebook.
Oh, and Facebook, for all of you guys to send us questions, our family, our friends, so that we could get the answers for you guys and put them out on our vlog.
Just to get things started, I think Michael has some from his family that they texted him.
First one is coming from my mother, my lovely mother.
Hi, Mom.
What was your funniest memory as a kid? One that sticks out to me is me and my sister, Megan. We were riding our bikes one day out front and we like collided and like my pedal got stuck in her spoke. As I was trying to get the bikes undone in front of everybody, my pants fell down. It was embarrassing, but it was also funny. So I think that would be my answer to that question.
Yeah, that happened to you. That was probably like 12, 13. It's funny and embarrassing, so I'm honestly exposing myself right now. I was with my friend and we took my dog to the park, and where I used to live, they had like a little playground in the park. Went to the playground and my friend had the idea to, this is also terrible, push my dog down the slide to see what she would do. My friend went to the top and she took my dog, put her on the slide. I was at the bottom so I could catch her. And mind you, this whole time I had to use the restroom. I was like, we really need to get back home because I have to use the restroom. My dog came down the slide. She would make the funniest face reaction in the whole entire world. And watching her come down, I busted out laughing so hard that I peed myself.
Questions that my brother sent me, my youngest brother, Devin. What was your craziest injury? Disclaimer, if you guys are very like squeamish, I would like skip past my part. There was one day we were playing tag in the house and my second brother went to go tag me, so I tried to like juke him and run into another room. When I did that, my pinky toe caught the back of the door and it like ripped it, and it was like hanging on by like a thread of skin. So I had to go and get like 14 stitches.
Oh my gosh, that is insane. I think I do remember you telling me that story, and every time, honestly, it's just gross. I will find like a scar somewhere and I'll be like, what's that? Oh my gosh, are you okay? And he's like, nah, something from when I was younger. I probably fell off my bike or something. I'm like, I could never. I used to like break my ankles a lot.
Really?
When I was younger, yeah. Anything. I wear like heels, or like I'd be at school and I'd step on something and not knowing, and I just like break my ankle. I didn't actually break them. It was more of just like a sprain.
The next one he asked was, do you like living in Tampa? Yes, because that is where I met my beautiful wife. We met online, but like, you know, she lives here. Love it here. Cannot get behind the Tampa traffic.
Or the Tampa drivers.
Bella will tell you, I get so impatient when people drive slow or somebody cuts me off.
I was born and raised here, so there's not a lot of things that I like about living here. I'm close to work. This is where I grew up, so it's very nostalgic for me. Next question.
Okay, this is his last one, and I think it's a good one. Is, do you want kids? We talked about it. And I want like 7 we talked about, and I'm just kidding you guys. I want a boy and I want a girl.
We want a whole basketball team, plus 2 on the bench. I honestly would be happy with just 1, but I do, like Michael said, want a boy and a girl. Right now, we're just kind of leaving it up to the Lord. We don't really know when we'll have have kids. So now we move on to our Instagram questions. First question is from my friend Cameron from work, who said, "I love you first." It's a fun story. So when Michael and I first started talking, I was at a point in my life where I didn't really care. I was good, I was feeling free. I loved the single life. Obviously, everybody wants to be with somebody and wants to feel loved and everything. So I was still looking, but I wasn't like really looking because I had just gotten out of a relationship that was like a very confusing mess. When we first started talking, Michael had this like overwhelming passion. He wears his heart on his sleeve, falls in love easily, which isn't a negative thing. I do as well, which is why I was super like cautious. And I feel like Michael did say it first because he was like, I told him not to say it. Listen, I don't do the I love you until you really can't hold it in. I feel like that word is so strong and I don't like to throw it around.
It is the truth. I did say I loved you first. When we started talking and just all of the conversations that we had, I just felt the connection. She was the one that I wanted to spend my life with. And I told her that I loved her. Like, she never would say like, don't say it. It was more like she went around the bush like, okay, good night. And so I was like, oh, maybe she doesn't feel the same way. I was listening to a song and one of the, like a part of the song, it says 143. So instead of saying I love you, I got her to agree to say 143.
Okay, next question comes from my sister's friend. 2 questions combined. Hardest part of wedding planning and how was apartment shopping? It was the hardest thing I could possibly do in my life. I literally could not vlog anymore because of that. Like the stress of wedding planning, all the little things that you just don't really think about. People told me this all the time when we were planning our wedding. Like, if I could go back, I would have. If I could go back, I would have. And I would, but do I regret my wedding? Not in the slightest. I think we had the best wedding. People in our family coming up to us and saying like, oh, I really felt like God was here. You know, the way the wind was moving and it felt like his presence was really here. It was like, honestly, the best thing I could ever hear. How hard was it for you, Michael?
I would say, I think the hardest part was just the financial side. You know, it was stressing both of us out until like her family and part of my family decided, they were like, oh, like, we see how stressful it is. We're gonna sit here, we're gonna help you guys to plan your special day. Just having all of our friends there, our family, it meant so much to both of us.
And I think we're both very family-oriented people, to where like it made sense for us to have that big wedding. It wasn't a big wedding, but like to have the whole shebang, it made sense because we want to show those memories with our family. To touch on the second question, apartment shopping, it was kind of hard. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, we looked at a couple. We looked at probably 5 apartments before we decided on this one. Reviews were terrible, and like I was just nervous about it being our first apartment and not wanting to live in like a terror of an apartment. It did take a lot of work. We actually just found another one that we're considering next year when our lease is up. But we'll have to see how that works out when the time comes.
I think that was the hardest part, is just trying to find a place where 1, we felt safe, and 2, that was affordable.
Next question comes from Megan, Michael's sister. I love her. Besides your wedding, what's your favorite memory together? We have so many memories together, which I'm so thankful for. The wedding, honestly, was a dream.
Well, I know mine.
Oh, okay, well, yes.
So 2 years ago, I wanted to go to Disney, so we decided that we were gonna get Disney passes. We wound up going to Epcot, a little cute like moment where she was like, I'm filming. So then I went back and I was like, this is really good ice cream. A memory that we could never forget, because I think that was like our first Disney trip ever together. Core memory for me. Shout out Inside Out.
Oh, God. So I think my favorite memory was when, I don't know if it was for your birthday too, we went to this winery with our friends Manny and Kyra. It was really fun because we got to like go on a tour. We drank some wine and we got to try all this different wine, and it was just a fun time. It was like, it felt like we were in a different state, and we were just like, we got to learn about all the wine that they make there and the blueberries.
That was actually a day right before we went to Disney on mine.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we went, I think it was on the 19th to the winery, and then we went on the 20th to Disney.
Wow, what a smart guy. What a smart guy I married. All right, next question is from one of my best friends, Caitlin. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Live in a house in the middle of nowhere with a big backyard, open fields, wraparound porch. I'm just telling you, my dream house. I just want to live. Okay, sorry, the camera cut off. I really want to just live in peaceful harmony with my husband. Hopefully we will have our kids at that point. I'd love to still be working in the field I'm working in. I just want to live a peaceful, quiet life with my husband.
Like her, I see us in 5 years. I want to be living in Georgia because I loved it when we went for our honeymoon. The dream picket white fence, enough land that Kiko could run his little heart out in. And with our kids.
Next question is most dangerous thing you've ever done.
For anyone who knows about boomers, there's like a, what would you call it? Like a fun spot.
Maybe that's a South Florida thing.
I think so. My most dangerous thing was they had a roller coaster there that they talked me into getting on. The thing was held together by like duct tape and screws, like, and a prayer. Felt like that was dangerous to get on that thing.
For me, the most dangerous thing I've done is go horseback riding. And they gave me the old horse, okay? Let me tell you. You don't realize how high you are until you get up on that horse. Through a trail in the woods, and we came across kind of like a creek. And my horse knew exactly what to do. He got in, he was gonna walk right through, and I let go because I got nervous and I just fell forward. But my wise old horse moved his neck to catch me before I fell into the creek, basically. My life flashed before my eyes, but I was so thankful to that horse for not letting me die. Okay, next question is, what animal are you most afraid of? I'm afraid of a lot of animals.
Palmettos. I hate them. I am petrified because you feel like you kill them and then when you move your foot, they fly at you. Sharks and palmettos.
I will say anything marine, I'm scared of. I don't like the ocean. I barely want to get in the ocean because I know that there's big animals in there that could eat me, and I'd rather them just stay in their home peacefully. I don't want to mess with them. Next question is, would you rather always be 2 hours early or 20 minutes late? Definitely 2 hours early. I actually get major anxiety if I'm late. I think being late is embarrassing, and then you have everybody looking at you.
Yeah, but I think like she said, being late is just, for me it's just awkward. So for me it's just stressful, so I'd rather be 2 hours early than 20 minutes late.
If you hear any clanging noises, it's because Kiko is chasing after all the flies that we have in this house. But yeah, question is houseboat or treehouse?
Everybody knows my answer. Houseboat. I'd
Yeah.
rather have a houseboat.
Yeah. I'd rather have a houseboat just because they can be really cute.
Mhm.
And it'd be really fun. You know, you could go anywhere. Your house is your boat. What celebrity do you think you could be BFFs with and why?
Have to be. He's a baseball player. His name is Mookie Betts because he's a big sports person like I am, and he's bowled a 300, so I would want to hang out with him so that I could get his tips to bowl 300.
I don't know. I really don't sit here and think about that. I think Zoe Deschanel, New Girl.
Oh.
I think that her and I would be best friends. I love New Girl. I watch it and her character is me. Everything about her is who I am. I think that she would be a great friend. Oh, one of my subscribers and friends and a fellow YouTuber, her name is Elisa Munoz. She asked, how is married life?
I'm gonna say married life, I love it. Does it have its days? It does. For me, I just always want to make her happy, and like whenever she's sad, like I'm sad, and like sometimes she's like, no, like I just have to be sad in this moment. So there's gonna be days where like she's just not gonna be able to express how she feels, and I have to be okay with that. Push her, and I'm like, no, like you need to tell me like right now, because I want to fix it, because I love our marriage. I love this woman with all my heart. She makes me a better man every single day. I've
told Michael this, and we've talked about it a couple times, and I never really understood why people say like marriage is hard. We're still new and we're still growing, and like we have so much to learn. When you marry the right person, they should make marriage light. They should make the struggles that you face in your life light. Michael and I just went through a really hard time recently with our finances. It was really, really hard. The things of your life that come into your life once you're married are going to be hard. You're going to face hard things. The significant other should not make it harder. Y'all should be constantly encouraging each other, constantly lifting each other up, constantly reminding them that we're gonna get through this tough spot. Like, we're gonna be okay. Like, God's gonna get us through it. Like, a belief's perspective. Marriage is the earthly picture of Christ's love for the church. And so, like, I don't think that that should be hard. I don't think Jesus saw that as hard. I learned so many things about this man, and he teaches me so much. He teaches me so much about faith and trusting in God despite the circumstances. We're learning how to do life together, and yes, that consequates to hard things that come at us, but I never feel like I'm alone. This question is from Jaleel, which is Michael's best friend. He has two questions. He asked, what's the best part of being married to each other, and do you guys want kids, and if so, how many? We did kind of answer the second question already. Having her as a friend, just her being there for me when I need her the most. I think the best part about being married to Michael is I never feel like I can't be myself. I'm always myself around him. Goofy, silly, serious, crying. I was comfortable crying in front of other people, but I am so comfortable to cry in front of Michael. He leaves that space open for me to just be myself, and I just love that. I love feeling seen by Michael. Anyways, not to get mushy gushy. Next question is from Vivian. How did y'all meet? Well, we met online. We met on a Christian dating app called Upward, and we talked about this like when we first met, because it was just crazy how I connected with someone as far as like South Florida, because I feel like a night or two before I matched with Michael, I changed my settings on my app to only find me somebody within like a 10-mile radius. Connected on the app, and he said he was from South Florida. I was like, how is that possible? And I think the same went for you. You did the same thing. I changed the settings to like something closer, and like she still came up, and I was like, oh, she's really pretty. Like,
she fine. I've told her since day one that like God wanted us to meet. Like,
yeah, I think it was like a glitch in the app that God created so that we could still match with each other. Yeah, it was a month after we started talking that we met in person. We met halfway. We met in Fort Myers because it's exactly halfway from where I was living at the time to where he's living. On a cutesy little date. We walked around this little outdoor mall and we got lunch at Miller Ales, which is actually now our favorite spot. He got me a necklace with my initials on it and asked me to be his girlfriend. That honestly probably is one of my favorite memories.
The whole time I was like, you know, as a man, I'm trying to be respectful. And I don't remember what store we went into. And she's like, you don't want to hold my hand? I was like, yeah. There was times where I'm like, I really want to kiss her, but I don't want to like freak her out or anything. You know what I mean? So like, it got to a point and then she was like, just give me a kiss. And I was like, oh, okay.
Next question is 2 questions from our photographer from our engagement shoot and our wedding. He asked 2 questions, and first question being, how has life changed since being married? I feel like we answered this question a lot already, but how has life changed since being married? A lot has changed. We lived with my parents together in separate rooms. Now we have a singular bed that we sleep on. I don't know, I can't explain it other than like we do life together now. Like we go to work and we come home and we cook and we clean and we, you know, do laundry.
Now we have a lot more responsibility, like bill wise. Like we have a rent that we have to pay every month. We have electric bill that we have to pay every month. We have a internet bill that we have to pay every month. So it's like
groceries that we have to buy. Like, granted, we were buying groceries in my parents' house, but it wasn't like fill the pantry, fill the freezer, fill the fridge. I ain't gonna say it ain't been fun.
Yeah, I cook a lot more now. Where like before, I would cook or help cook, but like now I'm like, no, babe, let me cook the easy stuff.
He does cook really well. He doesn't give himself any credit, but he does cook really well. If you could travel anywhere together, where are your top 3 dream places? For me, I've always thought about this because I really want to go to these places, but top 3 would have to be Thailand, Tokyo, Japan, and my 3rd one would probably have to be either France or Europe in general.
I'm gonna steal one of hers. I'm gonna say France. I would love to go to Paris. I've never like thought about this. I would want to go to Iceland.
It is really nice there. I thought about living there. It's one of the #1 places to live that is crime free.
It's so beautiful.
You could leave your kid outside of a store and they'd be fine. Yeah, I've always wanted to go there. Iceland, Switzerland, Netherlands.
I was just about to say,
Yeah.
I think another one would probably be Switzerland.
It's just so expensive. Last question is actually from Facebook. I didn't really get much traction from Facebook. I think people just didn't quite understand that I was setting up a poll. Question from my Thea. She asks, what's your favorite about being married? We kind of already answered this question though.
I get to do this every day. I feel like I'm having a rough day. I could come to her and talk to her about it. And she's always there. Like every time I'm sad or something, I hear her voice and I automatically just like start to feel better.
Okay, now you're milking it.
No, for real. When I'm having a bad day, like over the summer, I had a really bad day, was upset, and she calmed me down. And the next day, I went and I talked to these people that I was upset with, and everything went well.
My favorite part about being married is getting to wake up next to him.
Now you're milking it. No, I'm just kidding.
The cutest when he's sweeping. So cute, he's a... Well, that's it for our Q&A. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We hope to do these more in the future. Just fun to ask questions and give you guys answers to all the questions that are just itching your brain. Thank you to everybody who participated in the Q&A and asked us questions. We really do appreciate it. Love y'all. Y'all are the real MVPs.
We appreciate everything that you guys have sent us and just all of the support, you know, all the subscribers that have subscribed to our channel.
Yeah, all the new subscribers.
Because I didn't get any in our last video. Send us recipes, you guys. We want to try new recipes in the house.
Just switch up our rotation.
Yeah.
I feel like we eat the same things every week and we really need something new. So send that our way. But as always, we love y'all, but Jesus loves you more. Bye guys.
Bye. Q&A questions.
No, baby, you just said questions twice. Q&A is question and answers. Say hey.
Hi.
Get that bug. What kind of bug is that?
Hey guys.
Is that your bug behind us? Okay, next question. You get card kick. I can't say the word question.